Hey everybody, this is Teresa, and I just wanted to come in and sit down and chat while I was working on a couple things. Gonna do a little couple of little cards. I'm gonna show off this little thing here I wanted to show because, well, it was something that caught my eye about uh, doing some um, felting. Okay, so let me set this to the side. I'm going to take my sequins that I have scattered everywhere. This is a sample of the Mother's Day card that I was working on. It's offset and everything. Hey, Beth, how are you? It's offset here, so I'm not going to give it to my mother, but I wasn't going to give this one to my mom anyway because I messed it up. And but I went ahead and finished it out so I can show it. Hi, Marty. Hey, sister. Good y'all could be here. Anyway, this I'm not giving that one to my mother, but that's my sample. I don't know if y'all remember. I told y'all that I was uh, doing a Mother's Day card for my church, and they gave out about 30 of them. Here's the card. Okay. Hi, Tanya or Tanya. Hi, how are you doing? But here's the card, and I designed the card and put the scripture and all, of course. And then on the inside it says, "Thank you for blessing our church. We appreciate you." And it says cover art by Teresa Church. And then I got to flip that over because I can't show you that. But that's our church there. So, all right. Now, this was some little Happy Mail that I got from Beth Shculer. Look at these great stamps on here. So I'm going to make some pockets. And she sent me some sequin stuff. See? Um, which I've been looking everywhere for. So that's going to make. I wish I'd had it to finish out this Mother's Day card because of the bee theme, the honey theme. I wish I'd have had it then, but I looked everywhere for it. I couldn't find any anywhere. But thank you, Beth. I sure do appreciate it, sweetheart. Um, Also, she sent me some hooters, some little owls, and I'm going to make pockets and put them on it. Sent me a bunch of little owls. Sent me some tea, which I'm going to be trying that out after a while when I get home from church. And she sent me a card. It says Journey. And on the back, it says, Become slower in your journey through life. Notice and see Wayne Dyer. So that is, isn't that beautiful? That mandala in there is so pretty. So that's going to go into my journal. And a friend is in need is a friend indeed. And then I see your bravery and strength. I am praying that you fully trust your Heavenly Father with the obstacles ahead. And isn't that just lovely? Um, so I got these stamps on the back, which I'm gonna cut these and I'm gonna use them on my along with and then she sent me a Twinchie. Is that not darling? I love that promise word on there and the little key. Oh, I just love that little key. I haven't seen any that small. So that's going to go into my little journal. And these I'm going to use for my pockets that I'm going to be making. So we'll stick these in. Hang on, there's some more. She sent me some music paper. And I love that color on it. Isn't that beautiful color on that music paper? So that's definitely going into my art. And these stamps I'm going to be cutting and putting on a stamp project I'm working on. Uh, I know but look at these yummy stamps. These are, and I collect up stamps, so you know. All right, so I'm going to lay these things to the side. See, my husband, he had a procedure done Monday. And when he got out, he was hungry because he couldn't eat for 2 days. Hi, Mina. It's so nice to have you here. So glad you could be here. Um, so he got a biscuit and gravy, and it came in this little dish. So this is a perfect little dish for my little cuts and stuff that I do. And so anyway, so I'm going to be working on a card, and this is what I've done is I've cut some strips of paper, and I've cut them 2 inches wide. Okay, um, so that I can draw on this part, and then when I cut them down, they're going to be inches. So I figured out how to do inches, Beth, so that it won't hurt my eyes too bad. So this is a shaker card I did, or a shaker kind of tag I did. You can write on the back, and it's shaker. So I was working on something different. Okay, so it's something different. This is where I was working on some ATC cards, but my ATC cards stuck together because of Mod Podge. Here in Alabama, we have a lot of humidity, and it really does a number on things. Okay, so this right here is going to be part of my card, and this is A4. I think it's called an A4 card. Okay, this is my score tape, and it's scoring to everything on my table. It picks up everything on my table. Not that it should, but it does it anyway. So there's my score tape. And I have over here on this side a bag. Can y'all see everything okay? Okay, see, I have a bag over here. See it? Okay. I have a bag over here that I just stick things in. I've got a nail up there and it's on a nail. So let me move y'all back to where y'all can see what I'm doing on the table. So anyway, that's how I keep things from from flying around. I got this little piece of foam here that I actually it's part it came out of a microwave I got about 3 years ago, and it held my microwave in the box, and it's perfect for sticking things into. This is my heart punch. I have several of these little punches around here. My daughter got me for Christmas about 5 or 6 years ago. It's also good for making little slits, and you can put your scissors and all that in it in case y'all come across this really thick foam that you really don't know what to do with, you know. So anyway, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it to where it fits in a strip right down the front, and then I'm going to take my inches when I cut them, and I'm going to put them right down here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm not ready to quite do that yet because I need to get some of this stuff off my table. Should have done that before I come live, but I wanted to talk while I was doing it. I'm a good chatterbox. I get excited. How about y'all? What are y'all doing today? Anything y'all are doing today? I feel good. I got to get up and go to church this morning. I'll be going back to church tonight. It starts at 6:30. But I gotta make a quick birthday card for my friend at church. Um, so no good with watercolors. I'm no good with watercolors. I'm learning, however, to do watercolors. I'm sitting back, being quiet, watching Beth and Lisa as they do the watercoloring and everything. They do watercoloring and all that stuff. So I sit back and watch them, And as they go along, because they're teaching me a lot to do. So, um, anyway, all right. But I was going to show you this good, uh, I think it's Better Homes and Gardens magazine I got. I got it from the doctor's office. They throw them away after a month or so, and this one was about a month or so old. So uh, I took it instead of them tossing it in the trash because I was going to show you about some. They've got my goodness, they've got needle felting in it. First one of the one. So Beth, you started something, darling. You started all this needle felting stuff. So let me get this distraction stuff off my desk here and set it back out of the way. And I'm going to get this book and show you what I'm talking about. And this is from January, February of this year. So this is so they were fixing to throw this one out. Um, but let me see if I can find it. There's some really good pictures in here too. But this is of course about Valentine's Day. But look at this little bag right here that they made. Oh, y'all can't see it, can you? Too much light on the subject, right? Um, Yell at me. Hi, Janet. It's good to see you here. Okay, let's see if I can show you this. Okay, so um, they made a double heart, and it looks made like it's made out of corrugated cardboard. You know what I'm talking about? And made a heart pocket. And I was thinking about Janet Nash when I was thinking about that. Then there's a little pocket. It's got a heart, but it's got this little chewing gum piece here that they stuck chewing gum in it. Is that not adorable? And then the bag that they made for it. So, and it tells you in here how to do all this. Okay. That waterfall is adorable. But let's set this up out of the way. I got to figure out some way to get my cord because it hooks to the back of my computer and goes around this way. But anyway, I got to figure out some way to get it up out of my way. Okay. Of course, they got all the new colors for the summer, spring coming up in this one. Okay, here it is. Look at this. Look at this. And they just felted it. They just felted it. They felted it on a pillow, and then they took scissors and trimmed it down. They made circles and hearts and everything, and they used cotton thread to make so they made leaves and circles and hearts, and they just felted these, needle felted them, then cut them to the shape they wanted. Yeah, isn't that cool? I've never thought about a chewing gum holder. But wouldn't that be cool to make up and um, um, stick a piece of gum in and send it out in a mail in Happy Mail because it's flat. Okay, it shows you also how to make these. These are all felted, needle felted, and of course these are the felt sheets you buy them in the store. But the other stuff is all felted. Isn't that neat? It shows you how to make each one of them, and basically you felt it in squares. This one, of course, is not just a square, but it's a rectangle type, and you see it's opened up here, and then the blanket stitch around it. But they even covered a button and put in the center of the little pillows. Isn't that cute? Hi, Sherry. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. But isn't that cute? And I thought Oh, I can't wait. I got to get this over here. I got to show it to Beth because she's the one. I'm sorry. I knocked my mouse off. I got to pick him back up. He gets mad at me if I leave him laying around in the floor. But, oops. Anyway, that's so isn't that adorable? And they put the button on the outside here. And what they did was they felted it. They felted a circle like they did over here with the circles and the hearts and stuff. They felted a circle. And then, like Beth showed us to put these little pieces here, they made it into plaid. Y'all see that's plaid? They made it into plaid. I can't imagine how they did that. Beth, I have to show me that. But I can see because it strips and it's felted into it. So I was just thinking this is really lovely right here. I think. Um, so I'm gonna give my hand a try at these. All right. Then there's hand felted pot holders. These are felted pot holders, and isn't that just darling? That's just lovely. I think. So, but I was thinking that is going to be something neat. And they felted some pillows for your couch or your bed, whatever. Um, they used a showed a fuzz remover that they like to get the fuzz off. But look at this. This is a really cute idea for a housewarming gift. Felt two pot holders, fold one in half, tie a wooden spoon to it. Isn't that cute? Or the seamstress felt them their own needle cover. I know this is not new to y'all, but it got me really excited when I was sitting there looking at all this and different things. So anyway, that's what was in here about felting. And of course, Better Homes and Gardens shows you all these beautiful flowers and blooms and stuff. So you got all these gorgeous things here. I'm trying to get it to where y'all can see these things. Hi, Violet. It's good to see you. So glad you could be here and see. And showing you, of course, this is Better Homes and Gardens. So they're going to show you people's staircases and their living rooms and all that kind of stuff and pictures and everything. So, and it's just kind of neat how they come up with all these felted things in the magazine because I've not seen uh, anything like this with anything, like the felted stuff in it. This is the first magazine I've seen with it in it. So Beth's catching things onto people. She's teaching things. She's getting people to think things. So anyway, off to my card. Okay, so this is kind of a peachy pink color, and I'm thinking I need to see. I got me this little cutter upper. Let's see. It's almost too long for my cutter upper though, but I need to see how wide it is. Okay, so it's about 3 inches wide. So what I need is it to be about 1.25 inches is what I need. What I need is 1.25 inches on it. And since my eyesight's not that great, okay, so what this is going to be, and like I said, this is going to be 1.25 inches square. What am I doing? 1.1 inches. It might be 1.1 inches that I'm doing. I'm going to see in just a minute. This cutter right here, tear my paper up if I don't do it right. So what is going to happen is That's a little bit too small. So I'm gonna go for an inch and a quarter instead of an inch and an eighth. What do you think? Anyway, what I'll do, let me make sure here that I've got this on the inch though. Lay down there. Now the only thing I don't like about this, when I turn it loose, it wants to move. Okay, now that's gonna be crooked. See, it moves every time. Anyway, but I'm gonna go for an inch on this and see if the inch and a quarter will work. Or inch and an eighth is what I did. Okay, so come on. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to sit right in the center of that, and it's going to be the layer behind. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Well, give me that black cover. Usually on black things show up better, but anyway, no. Okay, so then I'll put it on the black. That way the white will show up better. Or I may put it on the red and see if that'll show up better. But which one do you think? What do y'all think? Should I put it on the black as the, okay, so I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do the inch and a quarter though, because that's the eighth. I'm going to go for the quarter this time. Okay. And then, let's see if it'll show real good around it. If I go for an inch and a quarter all the way around, then it'll show up, right? That'll make it show up better. All right, hurry back, Beth. Black? Okay, that'll work. Okay, so what I will be doing, because this is a birthday card for one of my sisters at church, I'm going to draw a rose. Y'all all know how to draw a rose. I know you do. Since I'm going to be mounting them on black, right? I'm gonna draw them on the 2-inch piece right here. Then I'll cut it in half down to an inch. Then I'll mount each piece on the black, and then I'll mount it onto the card. And I just use a pencil to start out with. And I'm going to try drawing a little bit larger this time than I usually do, because I want it to show up. Okay, see that? Or do I probably need it a little bit larger? All right. No. That won't work. I need it a little bit larger than that. Okay. Let's do it this way. Of course, roses are not perfect. They're just beautiful. And I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to add this little piece here because sis did like that. And I'm going to come here, and I'm going to come in, and I'm going to come down. Okay. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to make this little swirly cue. I'm going to come down, and down, and down, and down. And it makes it look like it's got some depth to it. Then I'm going to come here. I'll put this little thing here. See? That kind of look like a rose. So, okay, then come here. And I'm going to put this thing right here. Y'all know this little thing right here is the green thing. And I'm going to come up with some little jaggedy leaf looking things. Everything's got to go through an ugly stage. And then I'm gonna come down here with my, and I'm gonna put me a little thorn right there, and I'm gonna come on down. I'm gonna come back up, and I'm gonna come up with that. Then I'm gonna bring me a leaf. I'm gonna bring me out this little piece, and and I usually take and I make this, and then I put the crooked little thing down the center, and then I come in and I make little veins in it, and it'll show up better once I draw it all in and color it all in and all that kind of stuff. Um, and I'm gonna make me a few leaves around. Any other time I can find what I'm looking for. Not this one. It's being stubborn with me. Okay. Now I'm gonna come in here with the black. And right here is where I can fix any little imperfections or if I want to. My hand's not very steady these days, but it's working out okay, I guess. And rose leaves are not um, straight. They're kind of bumpy and pointy, and or at least mine's are. And it's okay that I've got it all weirded up. Now I got to let it dry a minute before I can do the erasing that I need to do. These little black bugs are bugging me. They come in after my sewing machine oil. Sewing machine oil is attracting these little black bugs, and I don't know what they are. Ah, thank you, Beth. Appreciate that. Um, Let me erase all these little lines out of here before I start to color it. And it's okay about these little lines because I know where they belong and I can put them back. Okay? One goes right here, one goes right here, one goes right here, and one goes right there. Okay? Now, if I were any good at watercoloring, I'd probably watercolor this now, but I'm not. So, I'm going to get out my pencils. And I'm going to start with this here. Everybody was telling me they loved my Mother's Day card that I designed. I didn't get to see him on Mother's Day because, like I said, Rick had his procedure done Monday, so we stayed at home and kept a close eye on him, making sure he was going to be okay with this new medicine they had put him on for the procedure. And so we'll know in about a week or so how it came out when they get back all the results from the biopsies they did. They said it'd be about a week or so that I should hear from them in a letter. And of course, if it's anything serious, they'll call us on the phone. Um, so they won't just send it in a letter; they'll call us on the phone. So I've been doing things to occupy me and figure out, just keep my mind off of everything. So, and this is just regular lightweight cardstock. Okay, about a 60 or 80 pound cardstock that I'm using here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go in here with yellow for this rose because it's a friendship rose. Even though if my daughter were here, she would want this one because she's a yellow person. She loves the color yellow. And if y'all see Critter M coming in, hi Rebecca, it's good to see you here. Um, so she would want this one. She loves roses. She's going to have surgery on the 13th of June on her back. They're telling me that's good. She says it's going to be like a 8-week recovery time, but I probably won't get to be there because Rick says it's better if we stay home because it's such a long thing and everything. So he doesn't feel comfortable leaving home that long anymore. I told him we didn't have to stay for the whole thing. Just I would like to be there for her surgery and stay with her for a week or so. Make sure everything's going okay. So anyway, I'll probably make a card for her uh, to cheer her up. Hopefully, I can't write her letters too often. If I write her letters, she cries. My granddaughter says, "Danny," they call me Granny. Um, Danny, Mama cried when she was reading your letter. So I guess I'm just going to have to quit writing letters to my daughter, right? I'm sorry, that's the sun coming in, and there's really not a lot I can do about that. Um, but there's the yellow rose. Now, 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 blue, silver, where's my gold? It's black. Need gold. It's clear. And you know it'll be the last one I pick up. And I don't know if y'all can see this or not. It's Winkostella. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but it's real glittery. Um, it's one of those things you just use to do a little bit of glitter in things, you know. I guess you could color the whole thing with it, but I'm just doing the outline of the rose in the gold. Just something to add a little bit of sparkle to her day. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Anyway, it's a little bit of sparkle. All right, then I always keep my pens. It says this on the bottom, but it doesn't tell me it's gold. So I keep it in its little package and close the package back up. And I've had these for a couple of years now, and they're still going strong. Um, so I kind of like it being like that. Okay, so bring my cut up back. Right, put that pencil back in its little spot and over there. Did y'all see my waterfall I made? These are pocket. Uh, these are hidden paper clips here, but this is my waterfall insert that I made, and I wrote this is my sample, and I wrote what it is here, and each one folds up to give you a different place to write. You glue it down on the back so it doesn't really matter what it looks like on the back, and this comes up over that, and you just turn this around the button, and that's my waterfall doohickey. All righty, now Rosie, come here, Rosie. All right, so what I want to do, it's got to come down, because if you do it from the top, it tears the top of it. It really does. Is I want to do it like that. Line it up. Don't line it up. It's going to be crooked. And then I'm going to cut it. Okay. And there's half a rose there. Then I'm going to do 1 inch. Come on now. No. I'm going to do them an inch at a time. Line them up. And pull them out. Get back up there. And like I said, I'm going to use the black. And I'm going to mount them on black. And as I cut them, I'm going to lay them here so I can see, where they're at. Slide down. Go for the inch. Hi, Carol. It's good to see you here. Thank you for coming. Well, I cut that one crooked, didn't I? My fingers just don't hold things very straight, I'm afraid. Oh, well, maybe she won't notice. Okay, now, and then I have this left. And then I come back to this one, slide this down. I'm going to do inches on this one too. like that. Y'all see what I'm doing okay? Y'all yell at me if you can't see it and y'all need to see something. Sister, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling better, I hope? I hope you are. I've been praying for you. Okay, and this very last one, as you can see, I'm going to have an inchy, and it's going to be nothing on that paper because of the, with the rose, I did the rose, all right, now then. Now, here's my plaque. So, what did I decide on? An inch and a quarter, right? Is that what I did? Or an inch and an eighth? Okay, I did an inch and a quarter. Okay. So let's do an inch and a quarter going this way. Oh no. And each one's going to be on its own little mat. I'm going to take my silver and I'm going to go around each one, the black as well as the white with silver and around here with it. It looks like really big, I know. But it makes it show up a lot better. See, I cut that one really crooked. Whew, tell you. My eyes don't need to get too much more crooked. Aw, you got really cute pups, Carol. I think they're darling. I got one big one that likes to come inside and cool off and then run back outside. He likes the outside better than he does the inside. Now then, let's come on. Just tries it this way. Go down to the bottom. No. Come on. Ow. I make sure I get them on there right, because if I don't get them on there right and I glue them down wrong, it will never work. It'll look just awful. Whew. Got that one too long short, didn't I? Those are now cut. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad to see you're better, though. Gonna keep you in our prayers. I'm gonna request that my ladies group say a prayer for you tonight at church, if that's okay with you. I'm gonna center this up on each little square. Fortunately, they're all the same size, so if I lay it on the black wrong, I can just turn it to the way it belongs. So that's a good thing. That's a helpful thing, right? Try not to do that, but you know. You don't have much time to work with this glue at all. Not at all. And it's okay. They understand I don't see straight lines, so they're happy if I'm able to do any of it. So they're happy about it. I don't like that it's not straight, but if I tried to draw another stem on it, it just wouldn't work. So as you can see, these two are crooked. And I just take each one and I glue them down. And whenever I take my silver um, marker and go around the edge, it'll show up just a touch. It won't show up a lot. Yeah, it's one of those things that until you get used to it, Beth, uh, if you don't keep it plugged up, it'll plug up. But the good thing is you can unplug it, because I don't keep a needle in mine because I can't see it well enough. But all I do is I take my needle. I have to take my finger and put it down there, and I usually stab myself 3 or more times. And then I take it and I jam it in and out a few times. Okay? Then I take my needle, of course, and I lay it to the side, let it dry before I put it back in my thing. And then, as you can see, if you do it, and I keep mine laying on its side, but you see how it come on out there that time? And I don't go all the way to the edge most of the time because it squishes out. If I do, and I don't like the look of it when it does that. So it brings itself to the edge anyway. So get back up there. Okay. So it does really well once you clean the thing out. But if you use a needle that is not, and you leave it in there and it's not stainless steel, then it's going to rust. And it's going to leave rusty looking stuff in your glue. And that's not what you want. So, you got to make sure it's stainless steel. But I got a pair of tweezers that had two of these little ends on them, these silicone ends, and I'm fixing to have to change out the end because This one here is getting a little yucky. But as you can see, if you leave it on its side, it works a lot better. But that's what I've learned. It comes out too fast if I put it up with the bottom up. It comes out way too fast for me. So okay, I think I've got them all. Let me make sure I'm on. All right, now here's my card. It opens up this way, and deciding on this, I'm going to separate them a little bit. As you can see, this is why I keep them in a line. I may have to make my card a little bit larger than this because you can put it all the way up to the top and all the way to the bottom, but you want that little bit, not much of a separation in them, because you want to be able to see what the picture is, of course. See, my fingers get to moving, and I have to move them back and forth. And oh, sweetheart, anytime, anytime. And let me tell you something. We got a group of praying ladies that you wouldn't believe. They once they leave church, they're still praying. Um, we've got like an hour class on Wednesday nights. We very seldom do just that hour. Okay. And the lady that is our instructor, this is her birthday card. So her name is Noelle, and she's just the sweetest lady. We've got the sweetest group of ladies, most humble ladies at our church. And so you can rest assured. But since this is too much, I'm just going to put these to the side, and they'll be a different kind of 20 or an inchy or whatever you want to call them. So, what do y'all think? Hi, Queen Bee. How are you? Thank you, Queen Bee. I appreciate that. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Um, let's see. Now I have these other metallic markers, uh, Nuvo glitter markers. This one's blue, and they've got green, red, silver. I just don't know where I put them. This one's my silver. Um, so before I lay these on this here, should I use the white or the red card? In your opinions, I'm asking your opinion. Okay, I'm going to show it to you on the red. You saw it on the white. Or I can do it like I did my Mother's Day card. Use a colored card. Let me show you what I did for my Mother's Day card, if I can find it. Anyway, I took a strip of the red and I put a strip behind behind this. Well, I did have it here. I did. I thought I did. I got I got this coming to you, sister. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm working on it, okay? So that's going to you. Um, this one was going to Beth, but I've got to use a bigger envelope for hers now. Well, I guess I covered it up someplace. Anyway, oh, here it is. I laid this out on black, and I used the red behind it. So I could do that and just do the, of course, the black, lay the white, you know, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Do a strip of the white on it. And just basically, lay the red, the white. And that's just a little. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you to watch over me, Queen. I tell you, I'm not new, but I'm trying to learn how to do all this. I don't know how to do anything but a live because my computer won't let me. It won't let me upload to YouTube from my computer. So that's the only thing I can do is a live. So now my phone, on the other hand, my phone will it'll let me upload. So it is so good to just hang out sometimes. And we've got a great group of ladies here. We really do. Um, Great people that have encouraged me to be a streamer and everything, and they encourage me. And so, what do y'all think? On the white with just the black, or the black on the white on the black with the white and the red? I think I like it on the white. Get some of this stuff up out of my way. And I messed Sharon's envelope up, so I made her another one. Hopefully, I'll get them because my mail didn't run today, which I knew it wouldn't. Um, but no, it's not that. It's for some reason I can't figure out what setting I need for for it to upload. No, Beth, I don't have any yellow. I wish I did. It would really be pretty, wouldn't it? Um, Best I got is I've got some bee paper. I got some bee paper, so I could do a strip of bee paper. That's the good thing about uh, making these pieces. You can lay them out, and as Lisa and Tanya says, you can audition them. You can audition them on what you think. You like the red and white? Okay, I can do that. Because what I'll do is I'll take the red, I'll cut me a strip of the white. What I'll do is I'll put these on the white, and then I'll cut it down to where it's just a little bit on each side. I'm sorry. Um, and then I'll cut this around this, and then put it down like I did with this. So that was supposed to be my Mother's Day card, but you can see right here where I messed it up, and here where I messed it up, and it went. So that didn't work. So anyway, put my bee paper back up here. Oops, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just knocking y'all around. Did I get y'all back to where y'all need to be? No. I got y'all looking at the B paper again. Got y'all everywhere but the right where. Okay, now, all right, then let me do this. Okay. Okay, that'll work. So that's the good thing about this is I can bring the ink down on a little thing and come back here. I don't know if y'all can see that I'm edging it with the silver. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here is I'm going to edge it with the silver. Oh, oh well, boo-boos happen. Like I said, this is just a little bit of color, a little sparkle without being too much sparkle. And y'all know what gave me the idea for doing this right here? Was seeing pictures in Jack's restaurant. Oh, that's a hamburger restaurant here in Alabama, is Jack's. Um, it's like McDonald's and all that, but they have their pictures and they have them done like this. And then the next person that I saw doing something like this was Aunt Beck or Becky McCauley from Aunt Beck's Creations. And then I just, I love doing different stuff. Like I said, I like to do different things. Um, and I like to show how it's done. I really do. If I can do it, anybody can. I'll just tell you right up front, if I can do it, anybody can do this. I like to have the cardstock on cardstock doing this because when you're lining it, cardstock is kind of good and heavy, so it doesn't buckle up like a regular piece of paper would. But if it were a regular piece of paper, I would lay it down flat and take a ruler and mark it. I would take a ruler and use the ruler to mark it. And I can show you all that in a minute. How I would do it otherwise. Because okay, if I don't do it now though, I would lose myself. So let me show y'all right quick. All right, so the card is going to open this way because I got the edge right here. And I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to open my card. And I'll figure out how wide of an edge I want. Okay. And I'm going to hold my ruler. And I'm just going to come right down. Right back up. And I'm going to mark my edge. Because you want a little bit of glitter on the inside too, right? Not much, but just a touch. Okay? And so that's how I would mark it. If it wasn't cardstock, I would use a ruler on it. Gets bright sunshine in my window here. So anyway, that's how I would mark it otherwise. So I'm going to set that over there and let it dry and go back to these. That's, like I said, that's just how I would mark it other if it weren't cardstock and I was doing this, I would mark it with a ruler. And this is basically what you do with when you're inking stuff with the ink pads, only you're using a marker. It works good with black. It works good with red. Any color you want to use to complement what you're using, you know, you just use that color. Sometimes you don't have the ink pad that you like there to that you want to mark with, but you have, say, Crayola markers. Okay. Um, how I ended up with my Nuvo markers is for my birthday and for Mother's Day and stuff like this. I tell my kids to go online and order me a marker, order me a die for my die machine. This is how I end up with what I get. You know, next year I think I'm gonna tell my husband I want a fence around my yard for my birthday. I mean, so that then my next door neighbor will quit complaining about my puppy dogs. So anyway, I haven't seen her out in a few days though, and so I'm not sure. See, I ended up with Blue because somebody dumped him out, and he just came to my house and he stayed. And I didn't even stay here at the time. I was staying at my mom's, and Blue, whenever we come up and work on the house before we moved back in, because it was empty for about 5 years, and so we had a lot of work to do to it um, before we could live in it again. So Blue, he would come up and say hello. So we'd pet him, you know. My sister-in-law, she'd come up and she'd feed him half her sandwich. He was happy with that. But he just got to where he hung around, and we didn't feed him. We didn't do anything. My sister-in-law once in a while would give him half of a sausage and biscuits that she was eating on or something like that when she got through with it. But other than that, we didn't do anything. We'd pet him. We didn't know who he belonged to, honestly. Um, and I found out he was dumped out. And for the past couple of years, we've just been feeding him and letting him hang around. So that's how we ended up with Blue. It takes a minute to go around everything, as you can see, but when you do, you'll be pleased with yourself because you took that little bit of extra time with it. Thank you, sister. Appreciate that. Uh, so now let me take this over here, set it up there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them out again on this white piece. Okay. The thing about this is this this Nuvo marker. You probably can't see it, but it shines your fingers too. Shines everything. But when I'm done, I'm going to take, even though it's dry, it will smear a little bit. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to rub it on the card itself. So it'll be a little bit of sparkle on the card. Okay, so now, here we go. Y'all ready? And here's where you got to be careful because you're getting it down here and you got to make sure you got it straight, got it in line. And once you get the first two on, they do pretty good. Okay. Because you're going to line it up with the next two and you're going to make sure they're in line because they're all the same size, of course, right? And you're just going to make sure they're in line and you're going to glue. And here, score tape doesn't really work for me on stuff like this because it is so small. So I just use my art glitter glue. No, it doesn't have glitter in it unless you put it there. So people ask me a lot, does art glitter glue have it glitter in it? I ordered mine on Amazon. I thought I had ordered it from someone else, but I didn't. I started to, and then I didn't because by the time that I would get it, I wouldn't be able to use it because they wouldn't ship it right away, and I needed it being shipped right away, so I kind of needed it at that point. And I just add, add the corners up, corner to corner here, so that they are kind of in their space. I line them all up. Got to make sure my thorn's sticking up and not down. And there that is. All right. What I want to do here now, I want to pull this over, and I want to take this, and I want to cut just a little bit off of this end. Okay, so it's kind of top and bottom the same. I'm going to do the same thing on the sides. I'm going to bring it over here and cut that edge. Ow. Didn't cut quite enough, I don't think. This little cutter has a really good sharp blade on it. I like that. Let's see if I got this here. Nope, 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 nope. There we go. And now I've got, see, very simple. All right, then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it down on my card. And I'm thinking about putting it over here to the edge, like this. Let me move this. Okay, like this here. And then I'm thinking about writing happy birthday right down through here. Okay, but first, did I put it back over? Yes, I put it. Okay, come back here. Knock everything over, right? Right. First, I want to take this here, and I want to go around this, just like I did the black. I'm going to do a little bit of silver around the white. It's barely noticeable on this, but you just take the edge of your tip, or you can get right in the center of your tip and bring it right down. Okay. Or you can just take the edge or the side and just tip it a little bit toward the card itself or the piece. I prefer to take it and put it right in the center of my tip, right there. And if I don't, I slip off. See, if I don't get it right in the center, it slips. Okay. And there's that. And that's fine. You can lay it flat. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. So I'm thinking here, lay this to the side. And then I'm going to put this down because I want just barely a bit of the red showing here. I'm going to lay this here. And on my little pokey hook needle. As I left it laying open too long. Get that glue out from in there. Yeah, see? And it comes right on out. And if you need a larger stream of glue, you can take this silver tip off. But I prefer it to have a finer stream because it really does not take a lot of glue. A lot of this glue. People like to overuse it, basically. So what I want to do is I want to take this and put me just a bare edge of the red all the way around it. What do y'all think? Okay. And I don't know if y'all can see that little bare edge of silver tipping it around it. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub it a little bit because rubbing it, and you probably can't see that either, but when you move it, you can see the little sparkle of it's got really, really fine glitter in this pen right here. And Nuvo has really, really fine glitter. So anyway. I need a chisel tip marker for this. Anyway. and I, I'm not good with writing with the Nuvo markers. That's the truth. So, and then on the inside, I'm going to find a a verse to put in it, and I'm going to have all. I'm going to put it from all of us at our ladies group. So, and there's that card. One card down, about 50 to go, right? I'm sorry. Okay, but here is what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put the verse on white, of course. Okay, and I'm going to figure out, I'm going to put the verse on and I'm going to tear it. And I'm going to do that before I put the verse on it. And I'm going to ink it. Because that's what we do, right? We ink it. Been a long time since I've made my cards and I've missed it. So I'm going to start making up some cards. Now let's see what there. I don't know going up and down. I think I like it up and down. And don't worry, these little pieces here, and this is a pink piece, so I'm not going to use the pink on the red. I'm going to use the white part of it. And these little pieces here, I'm going to use on my tags that I'm working on. I'm working on some tags, and I'm going to use those on my tag. So that'll work. So I'm going to put this on here. That, since I've used silver, I'm going to go around and ink it with my silver. This is going to be a little bit more of a bolder line to it because I'm inking the tear. My pastor come up to me today while I was at church, and he told me he liked the Mother's Day card I made and asked me it wasn't something I bought and just copied, or I told him no, it's something I made. I wrote it and um, everything. I wrote out the verse and all that kind of stuff that was on it. He said, well, if you don't mind, we've got some things coming up here at church. I'm going to come to you and get you to help us out with some of them. I said that would be fine because I enjoy doing stuff like that. So I enjoy blessing others. And now I've got that. And I'm thinking I probably should have raised these up, but I didn't. So now they are what they are. So now I'm going to figure out what I'm going to write on the inside. I'm going to put this down here. Oh, okay, sissy. You go ahead and you go to your green chair and you relax and rest and enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to come back here because this is dry now. And you really can't do much with it while it's still wet. You've got to do a layer or two over it to make it really shine. Because it's like a paint pen. And it'll, if it's still wet, it'll just pick it back up, okay? So you just come back when it's dry and you go over it again and you let that dry, and if you want to, you go over it again, and maybe y'all can see that little silver line a little better now. And then this one here will be here. And then sign it over here. And then I'll be done with this one. Trying to remember. I think I've got it on here, what I wanted to put on it. I took a picture of it, what I wanted down there. So I'm hoping that I have it on here of what I wanted on there. I don't know what goes on with this thing. Well, no, it's not on that one. Okay. So maybe it's on the other. Nope, that ain't it. See, if someone says that you can't do it twice and take pictures. I like that one. I'm going to work on that. Let's see. That ain't it. Y'all ever lose what you're looking for? Okay. You know you got it, but you can't find it. I got everything on here, recipes, pictures, everything. That's what I wanted to put on there. This little verse here. You don't need to be perfect to inspire others. Let people get inspired how you deal with your imperfection. 'Cause Lord knows I'm really imperfect. So I don't like that. Let me try another one here. And I don't have any idea who the author of this is. If I did, I would write their name right here. But since I don't, I won't. So I'm gonna put that down, and I'm gonna have everybody, our sisters. Uh, Good night, Carol. Thank you for being here, honey. Um, I'll have all my sisters sign their names. and give her a birthday card. But here, since this is dry, I'm gonna go back in here with this. Go away. Kind of like to reinforce these glittery things, and it shows up a little more. I probably should have put the writing down first before the glitter, but and there it is. What do y'all think? Okay, well that's about all I got right now. Is there anything else y'all want to do? I'm just going to go around this other piece that I did in the silver. I'm going to glue it down. I'll probably take this piece of white and glue it to the inside on the red so that everybody can just sign their name. I like the torn edge, so I'm just doing a little bit of torn edge here on it. I decided not to tear the sides of each of the sides because it just it looked a little too raggedy for me. If you get to the point where your marker's not doing what you want it to, it's not juicy enough, just stop and juice it up again. And there's that. And I may come in with a, a, a color just to thank y'all for being here. I'm fixing to go because it's about time. It's a quarter till 6, and church starts at 6:30. So I need to get this glued down and get dressed to go to church. And so thank y'all so much for being here with me. I enjoyed having y'all here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time, I'm hoping to have uh, gotten some felting, learn some of this felting. I'm doing these hearts, how they did them, because they really did a beautiful job on the hearts. Um, so it's about time for me to get ready for church, y'all. I will make sure that you're put down on everybody's prayer list, sister. And I do appreciate y'all for being here. And good night, everybody. Y'all take care of yourselves. And I'll see you around in chat room somewhere. So, bye.